What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be working on my car, the Mitsubishi Labrat, and I'm just gonna do just a little bit of work on it. As I had mentioned before, I wanted to remove the void where the spare tire goes. Alright, so in here, basically remove this dip right here, and it looks easy. It's definitely easy. Just figure out some things. For one, I'm gonna cut about right here, following that line. Same thing for this side, just follow that line. So through the bottom, that's basically where the chassis part is, which is basically like a square tubing almost. And I had some 2x2 square tubing, which this wasn't the original idea, but I might be able to do something with this. Either reinforce it through the inside, weld like that through some holes or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but either reinforce it like that or put some metal from the outside right here just to reinforce it. Now let me go to the bottom. Through here you can see this line is the one I want to follow right there all the way, and comes to this point where the cross member for the suspension work. So I'm gonna have to cut this line right here. So the dip still follows a little bit more forward, so I'm gonna have to just slightly reinforce this from the top. Just reinforce it, and we'll do a flat plate on the inside just to cover it. But that's basically gonna remove this and allow me to, my other plan was to install a diffuser for the air. I'm still gonna have the exhaust, full exhaust all the way to the back, and then I'll see how, but so I can get a diffuser going up to about from the top of this square to the other side, make a straight line, and it'll basically end up like that for the air. Now for a chassis mounted wing, which I'm thinking, reinforcing this and take some brackets out through here and then to the top. That way I can still open the trunk without the weight of the wing or anything like that interfering. So that's another plan. And later, this, I might come back, cut this off from that bend right here, just cut it off. That way I could have a flat bottom all the way. So that'll be pretty cool. So for now, I'm gonna just see, like I said, the suspension kind of passes through about right here. So I'm gonna have to cut right here like that, and then these lines, and then I'll remove this section, and I'll probably put like some steel from here to here, weld it, and then weld that shut. We'll see what happens, but that's basically the plan, at least for right now. Let's start with this bottom section.
Hoy camina solo con una herida, le duele tanto cuando respira, nuestro corazón unido por la vida. It's out.
Alright, it is cut out. No going back now. Check that out. Very awesome. And in case you're wondering what I'm listening to, it's SYML, Breathtaker. Alright guys, here's the deal. I'm not going to use brand new sheet metal to cover up that hole, but instead, check it out. This is a hood. Sometimes it's good to keep leftover parts that you don't need. And this one is pretty rotten in the front end right here. And it's definitely bent. So it has this back with skeletal structural frame, whatever. But I already went ahead and measured inside the car the piece that I'm gonna need. And I'm gonna cut this straight through the center line right here. And that little curve is gonna help me either to the back side, the front side, whatever. So I'll cut that, and the square that I need is about 33 by 26. So the 26 line definitely clears right here. So I'm gonna use this hood as just a sheet metal so I can cover that. Okay, so I already have my line that I'm gonna follow, and this 26 by 33 square still has about half an inch, somewhere about 3/4 of an inch to either side. That way I can just trim a little bit more once I have this piece cut out. I have my grinder with the cutoff wheel, and I also went ahead and brought some safety glasses and some earmuffs. So let's go ahead and get to cutting. Okay, so there's that sheet of metal. Removed it from the structural piece over here. So the glue just separated, and if it was stubborn, there's that machete. But very good steel right here, good thickness as well. The backside, no rust. And I left this little curve with just a little bit of lip, just in case I wanted to bend it. But this should be good. So I haven't cleaned it up on the edges or trimmed anything. This is just so you guys can have an idea of what I am doing. Basically, lift it up like that. I'll weld here. We'll have a good solid piece underneath. And once I have all this trimmed nicely and using the welder with the spot feature, I'll be able to tack all the way through. And then back here, I'll add different sheet metal. But I might add a little bit of support down here, maybe some angle iron, or we'll see. But I'm definitely going to cover that. I'm using the ARCCAPTAIN MIG 205 Pro. So I really like this welder, especially it has several features like the spot, which I really liked. So right now I'm gonna use it at about 6.6 seconds, a little bit over half a second. And for the volts, I'm about 130. And I'll do 125 inches per minute. Now let's go ahead and turn on the gas. So open up the valve, and then we can open the flow to about 25 right there. And it's over here on the MIG gun. Let me shut off. And there it is. So it is ready. I'm using solid wire with C25 gas. And I disconnected the battery before I do any type of welding. I'm not sure if it will fry the ECU or anything like that, but just to be safe. So here's the first piece. I already have it trimmed to size. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tack a few spot welds, hold it in place. Okay, so I did a few spot welds just to hold the piece in place. There is a small gap here or there, but I'll use a hammer just to close it up. But all in all, it's just a decent gap. This is basically what I'm gonna do. Just spot weld after spot weld till I have everything welded in place. I'm gonna get this thing just spot welded just a little bit more before I reinforce it and then close it up with the other piece. So I'll put you guys in a time lapse. I'll come back to you guys in a second. Check it out. That's the spot feature, which comes in very helpful welding in this metal, and it is doing very good. So I'm just gonna finish doing this all the way around, and check it out. This is very strong, very nice. So we'll come back and do the rest. Okay, so here's a quick update, and I finished welding all the way around the back plate, and now I have this bottom piece, the floor pan, which is going to replace the little dip for the spare. And I went ahead and made a line with a marker. Actually, I have a flashlight, so I have that line with the marker. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out outside of the line, that way I could just kind of butt weld them together. And I did the same thing for this side, just drew a line, and I'm just gonna cut on the outside right here in the back. This is where I'm going to weld, and after it's welded I'll just go ahead and just grind it smooth. And check this out. Alright, so I have this angle iron and I cut out these tabs right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these right here. I'm going to weld them like this. So this is basically going to go like that. Once I clamp it together, it's going to close a little bit like that. And then on this side, it's basically going to on top of this like that. It's because it's not straight, so it's sort of at an angle. So I'm gonna put this at an angle, and then the angle iron on top. So then I'm gonna tack this, and then the top one's gonna rest over it. That'll be some good support for it. And this, I believe, is about it's pretty thick. Here's this angle iron already welded in, and this is going to give it so much structure, make sure that everything is just rigid or sturdy or whatever you want to call. But here are some of the welds. Pretty decent on this. I was using about 14 volts, which I should have used about 15 or so. This side, the bottom one, I believe, because I had the fan on and I'm using with shooting gas, so it might have interfered there, but still very strong little bar, which is just going to be for support, welding the back plate and the top one. So I already have that one trimmed off. It should be just perfect right here on top. So let's go ahead and install it and give it some tack welds. here's the trunk lid with the flat bottom, and check out these this gap right here, just very close. I just need to like either up or down, but very tight gap all the way around. In the back over here, like I said, I just need to hold these together and spot weld or weld them, whatever. And there's the angle iron, so that helps for support and a place like either to close the gap or a place to weld. Same thing for this side, just a very small line, which I just need to pick up either up or down just so I can close the gap. But I'm gonna go ahead and spot weld just a few tags for now and make sure everything is in place. Here I just have it taped up, but I'm also going to do a few tack welds. Once it's all welded, I'll come and grind everything down. Alright guys, so check it out. I went ahead and did spot welds all the way around and right here in the back. I set the machine to 11.5 volts, 120 inches per minute speed wire, and that seemed to do a little bit better, like not burning through it. And this is pretty much how it's going. I am very comfortable, very happy with this. Just a flat bottom. At least this is part one of this step. I covered up that piece. I put that little angle iron. I put this top piece as well. On a separate video, I'm gonna come back and do what, it's because I don't have a wing yet, but I do have a full sheet of 1/4 inch that I can do some brackets. I was thinking of using some of this 2 inch, like 2x2 square tubing, just stick it in there, at least so I can weld through here. So I'll probably cut it up to it right here, just weld it. And on this front, I'll probably do like a 1/4 inch plate, just a square somewhat, and then another plate coming this way, just flat with some gussets. And same for the other side. The reason is because I don't have the wing yet. So I want to make the brackets with that 1/4 inch plate here, and the wing shouldn't interfere with the trunk. So it'll be from here just to the outside. And like I said, I don't have the wing yet. I have like a Chinese one, but it's slightly cracked. The wing I want to get is NRG, and it's probably like a 55 inch. I don't know what size it is, but actual carbon fiber. So that's the one I want to get. So I'll probably leave the brackets till I have the wing or something, that way I can measure it. But so far, this is going to be it for today's video. Just wanted to get this done. I have another project coming, but I'll keep you guys updated with the brackets for the wing. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for another video. If I'm not continuing with the lab rat, I'll probably bring some paint video. I've got a project coming up, but other than that guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.